Config mappings. If F is equals to string, it can be probably. Store.get numeric ID. La, 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 la. So self.state expand um store.get numeric ID. Ba- do, 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 dispatch refresh. If info if info dot expanded, then return end. That's all. Expand. Two times expand. Okay, so this is not the thing. Um, uh, this is node data. In node data, we have to check here, like if self dot state and dot cache and cache get no data dot path dot expanded. If it is expanded, then we're not going to expand it anymore. Okay, so first time it will be like this. No, something's off. Attempt to index a null value. What's the problem? In line number 24, self dot state dot cache. Which thing is nil? Attempt to index a null value, but what did I this is cache, this is state. Everything seems to be okay. For some reason, so state also have a caching mechanism, right? Let me go to the state, and do we have a cache? Yeah, we do have a cache. Then what's the problem? Let me just print out the self.state dot hash dot get. Like, supposed to be a function. Okay, so this is a function. So this is not the problem. The problem is this thing could be null. Okay, so let's do this trick. Yeah, because initially it will be a null value. Yeah. So let's do this and do this, and everything seems to be fine. So hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. So it seems to be fine, and we can edit things out. Okay, fine. Yeah, can I close it? No, not anymore. And we cannot expand anymore. That's good. So let's clear this thing out. And now let's create a collapse function or shrink function. Shrink node. Self will be a finder and returning a function which, okay, so we need to grab this much of line, like everything. Let's grab everything. And I can use a dependency injection because most of the things are repeated here. Okay, I will take a look at later. The only change here is from expand to shrink. Yeah, that's a bit lame, but whatever. Now let's configure things out. Shrinking a node, shrink, same thing. Okay, let's do this, let's do that. So I can expand it? No. Um, why? Okay, because yeah, I have to do this thing for not. Let's do this, let's collapse it. We cannot collapse. I wonder why. If it is not expanded anymore. if it is not expanded, then we have to return. But still, conceal level equals to 0. And then what's the problem, man? What's the problem? Let's print shrink. Shrink. Hmm. Did we shrink it? Let's do this. No, shrink is not working. Which means we are here. We are stuck with this thing. So if I do this, nothing. But if I do this, no. Same issue. Okay, so the problem is we cannot map things. Yeah, the problem is we are mapping the same thing, like we are mapping the control with the same action again and again. That's the problem. Okay, I do get it. So that means I can make a toggleable functionality instead. Toggle current node. How about it? Okay, so that's fine. And so if that is expanded, we going to, if it is already expanded, then we just shrink it. Yeah, after shrink it, and if it is not expanded, then we're going to expand it like this. Perfect. And just change the configuration here to toggle current node. Let's refresh and this, yeah, perfect. Super fast. Okay, so hello everyone. Is there anyone? Looks smooth. Like previous configuration was not that intuitive. I believe. Where is the configuration? Uh, where is this thing? Let me config. Yeah, this is much better. Yeah, this is much better because now we don't have to specify mapping options separately. We can include all the mapping options inside the actual mapping. And this is way worst. This is way worse. Now mapping is much more easier than before because now you can just specify um, as many as keys as you want, and also you can map to any of the modes as well. So yeah, that's a good thing. And if I want, I can provide custom options like so. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so our today goal is almost finished. Let me just go through some things because let's make some actions. Uh, we have two actions currently. They are a toggle current node action and a close action. And both are working fine, like Q and yeah, if fyler opens the command, like opens the window, and Q closes it, let's reopen it, something like that. Let's reopen another window with a different kind, something like float, and it's also working. And they are same buffer, so if I delete anything, same thing will happen on the buffer as well. I can close it. Okay, but there is a problem. The problem is if I closes any buffer, yeah, if I delete that buffer, the corresponding window also get deleted if that window using that buffer. So we have to do something about it. Like in the hide function, you can see here, regardless of the usage of that buffer, I'm forcefully deleting this buffer. Like, where is this? Yeah. So this buff delete line have a force flag. Okay. So let me just delete this force flag, right? Okay. So something like this. And we have to close the window regardless. Yeah, forcefully closes the window. That's a good thing. So let's try this thing. If I do fyler, it opens up in a replace view. If I do this in a kind of float, and if I close this, no, still both of them are closing. This is not really I want. Hmm. Okay, so replace is a different thing, but let's say if it's not a float, so we are not deleting here forcefully. Can we get let's print out all of those things, API dot buff and when buff get win or list win, yeah, and when list win and when list, hey, come on, and when list wins, yeah, this one. Is there any function which can which I can use to list all the windows related to that buffer? Any function to list all the new windows uh, having a with a given buffer, and when get buff list wins. There is no single built-in API, so I have to do it manually. That's so lame, but whatever. Let's do it. Wait just a minute. Is my voice? Hey, is my voice clear to everyone? Like, let me just type it here. Did you guys can hear my voice? My English is pretty damn good. Wow, there is a grammatical mistake, but whatever. Just let me know, guys. Can you hear my voice or not? Whatever. So, okay. So I have to go through all of the buffers. No, all of the windows which having that buffer. So it's not a problem, I guess. Okay, so we only going to delete the buffer if that buffer is only associated to one window. Fine. So I'm going to go over each of the win ID in I pairs vim.api.nvim list wins, something like this. And so vim dot if vim.api.nvim buff get win. Can I get the completion, please? Come on. Get win. No, there is no function. Let me just have which okay. And when get buff. Okay, so instead of that, I have to do when get buff. I think that's the correct version. Yeah. So when ID So if that win ID, like if that buffer is equals to sub.buffer, which means let's have a count variable as well and do count plus plus. So if we found any of the window having the current buffer, we increase the count. Fine. So if the count is equals to 1, or you can say is equal less than or equals to 1, then we're going to delete the buffer. Fine. And we're going to do this by force. We forcefully delete the buffer if the count is less than or equals to 1. Right. Let's try this. Let's restart the NVIM and open up. Why I'm doing this? I have a command like that. And let's open a floating window. If I press Q, man, still. Let me just take a look about count. Oh, the problem is, I get it. I get it. I get it. Why this is happening? Because the buffer is same. Both of the buffers are same. Yeah. So this is meaningless. This is meaningless. We don't need to do this. If both the buffers are same, then the key maps are also same. Okay, fine. So let me test one thing out. I open the filer and I open the filer in a different view like this and a different directory like this. There is one problem though. Like why those buffers are same? That doesn't make any sense. No, definitely not. Like they both supposed to be different buffers instead of, um that doesn't make any sense. Am I creating the same state again and again? Hmm. Okay, let me just try one more time and like this. Oh, name like that. Echo the buffer count is the buffer number is 6. And if I take a look about this one, it's also 6. Well, this is expected, but why? Why this is happening? Let me just revert the changes by force because this is no use. So, how are we going to tackle this thing? In Finder, I believe every instance is different. And if so, why they share the same state between each other? That doesn't make any sense. Hmm. And mappings mappings are associated with the buffer as well, so there is no overlapping. Hmm. Um, okay. This thing is related to self, so yeah, no problems there. Yeah, there is no global thing or any uh, other thing. And what's the problem? Why we are refreshing the same buffer again and again? Like, yeah. So we create an instance with a different directory. We have different options for window and buffer. We have different buffer name. Everything is different. Then what's the problem? Yeah, we are using the new state as well. And if this is a new state, then what's the problem? Hmm, this is so irritating. Like, what's the problem here? Like, if if they have different states, why are they having they end up having the same buffer for no reason? Um, and even I'm creating a new buffer every single time, then what's the problem? So I am getting the buffer from the buffer name, but name of the buffers are different, and the instance is also different. Then what could be the problem? Wait just a minute. Let me check the API here. Yeah, that looks fine because we are creating a new finder every single time. Then why? If we are creating a new finder every single time, then what's the problem? Let me try a new view, like um, kind equals to float, like this, and this time split from right most, and with a different directory, and the directory will going to be the home slash um, my username, like this. Still, why they are end up having this different name, like same name? Um, Let me just go to the buffer where we are creating the buffer like this. Um, if you already do have the buffer, then what's the problem? Okay, so if we are creating a buffer, like, yeah, if we do creating a buffer, then let's do create buffer created, something like this. And this time, uh, let's do this first, and let's do this. Okay. Wait, what? This time it works. Wait, what? Yeah, we do have to create a buffer. Okay, this is so annoying. And if I press Q, only this finder gets um, what to say? Yeah, closed. And press Q works. Wait, what? Oh man. I didn't change a single thing. I just added a debug statement and now it's working. Let me just redo the things because it's feel like it's okay. I created this and I created this. Okay. So we are having some problems with floating windows. So if I do create a thing like rightmost and let's try a different directory, something like um, work, right? With a leftmost window kind. Yeah, it's working. So we have problems with floating windows. That's a bit lame. If I press Q, it closes it. Press Q, closes it. Fine. That's a pretty weird issue, to be honest. Okay, so it's been an hour already. Okay, so I'm going to resolve this issue in tomorrow's live stream. Fine. Okay, bye bye, guys. That's it for today. I'm kind of tired with all of this redesigning and mapping things. Wait, what? Everyone was chatting, but for some reason, oh man, everyone was chatting and I'm not receiving the messages. W YouTube, come on. I mean, what? Let me just re-pop up the chat again and now it's visible, but for some reason it was not visible before, and I was just wondering why people are not chatting or oh come on. No, sorry guys, but it is what it is. We can't do anything. I was so lame. Like YouTube chats are not visible to me before. I wasn't aware like you guys are chatting all the time, but I'm not getting any messages. You can go back to the like you can go back and check out the stream, and you can see my like your messages are not visible to me. Sorry guys. White YT problem. Okay, there is one thing I can do. I can reply all of these messages. So, Rezo and welcome to the live stream in not advance actually. So, what's up? I don't know why you're not seeing my messages. Yeah, same thing. The problem, I don't know. Don't know what you are doing, but all the best, dude. Thank you. Um, yes, okay. In hi bro, what are you doing? I was redesigning the mapping functionality in the fyler.nvim. Okay, we can do the rest of the chat tomorrow's in tomorrow's live stream because today's was a bad day. Like YouTube has such a great problem. Like I was not able to see your chats in the whole live stream, and now I'm seeing those things. Okay, sorry guys, bad luck. I'm going to end this stream and we will meet tomorrow's. And tomorrow we will going to fix the bug of having the um, floating window and the other kinds. So we're going to resolve the bug. Okay, so guys, see you tomorrow. Thank you for coming. Bye bye.